Hey everyone, this is Kevin with RNS. I have been watching the events from the Astroworld tragedy unfold for the past several days. And most of the videos I've seen are quite good. A lot of them are dealing with the witnesses and the participants giving their testimonies. Many more are talking about the satanic imagery and influence of the events. And all these videos are quite good. But most of them miss out on the fundamental issue at hand. And that is, this tragedy happened because of a lack of security and lack of crowd control. If you have good security at a venue, that event is almost always going to go off without a hitch. And by good security, I mean thorough, but also professional. What we saw at Astroworld was a security that was not thorough, they weren't properly trained, and they sure as hell were not professional. When I saw the footage of the people storming the fences and the gates trying to sneak into the event, the quote-unquote security guards they had hired really didn't do much, and the ones who were attempting to do something were actively trying to trip people and make them fall down, which is literally the worst possible thing you can do when there's a stampede of humans coming through an area. You don't trip people on purpose and make them fall down, because that's only going to make the situation worse. There are also reports from the event of security randomly hitting people, tasing people, etc., etc. So this poor security performance really set the tone for what came later on that night. Number two, any event of that magnitude must have good crowd control. When you have 50, 60, 100,000 people in one small area, you have to have good crowd control to make sure everything runs smoothly. Looking at that pit design, there should have been 2 exits for every single entrance point. And this allows people who want to get out of that situation to get out relatively easily. In some of the video recordings of the event, it looked like there was just one entrance into the pit, and that was also the exit out. Horrible, horrible design. Number two, as far as crowd control, there were way too many people in that area, in the central pit. So effective crowd control would have limited the number of people in that pit area, I would say by 60%, 50% at bare minimum. And this would allow people to move around a little bit more freely. Now, if you do these two things, effective security, effective crowd control, this tragedy probably does not happen. And it doesn't matter how wild the people get in attendance. It doesn't matter to what degree they're raging or not. It doesn't matter what Travis Scott does up on stage. He can bathe himself in blood or declare himself the Antichrist or have himself crucified. It doesn't matter. Because with effective security and crowd control, none of the craziness that we saw actually goes down. So while I appreciate the excellent quality of videos concerning the satanic element of this concert, and I certainly agree there is a substantial amount of that energy there, this tragedy could have been prevented by the most fundamental of concert actions. Number one, good security. Number two, effective crowd control. This is Kevin with Rebels and Stars, wishing you the very best, praying for all the victims and the victims' families of this tragedy, saying God bless each and every one of you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.